Hey guys, I'm Nikki.
And I'm Bree.
We're best friends, moms, and obsessed with TV.
Check us out every Monday as we dissect motherhood, TV, pop culture, and whatever else derails the conversation.
It's like eavesdropping on your funniest, most unfiltered friends.
If your friends had a mic and no shame,
We're here for all of it, and honestly,
we're not mad about it.
hey Maddies, welcome to the first episode of Not Mad About It. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Bree, and we're the Bella Twins. Just kidding. We're best friends, moms, and obsessed with reality TV.
We're here to share what it's like being teen moms, recapping our favorite TV shows, pop culture moments, and basically just having an excuse to hang out with your bestie, your long distance bestie. So let's just get into it. Bree, what's been going on in Rhode Island over there?
I'm not sure if I told you or not, but we took away Callum's pacifier.
You did.
Yeah, my son Callum, he's 2. Don't judge me. He was just using it for bedtime and for naps, but he calls it a DD.
Yes, I know about the DD.
Like, before bedtime and nap time, he'd be like, I'm scared he's going to wake up just because he hears me saying DD. But he'd be like, DD time. And I was so scared to take it away because he loves it. But he started waking up in the middle of the night and like calling out for it. And I was like, I've had enough. Like, we're done.
You're
And
too old for this.
You're too old for this. And since we promote toxic masculinity in my household,
Very much so. We'll get into it. You guys will meet Andrew, and
you'll understand. He's amazing, but yeah, like he just like loves manliness. Like he's a big, strong man. So the way we got Callum to do it was we told him like
you made him do 15 push-ups before bed and said, "Sit down."
He does that like all day. But we told him that big, strong guys don't use a DD. So he like collected all of them and like threw them out. And then I think when it was like time for bed, he was like, what have I done?
I'm not a big, strong guy.
No, and then he goes, strong guys use DDs? Anyway, it's been it's really sad. It's been going a lot better than expected, but like he's skipping naps, like.
Oh yeah, that's.
But honestly, like, I'm not mad about the way it's been going down. Way better than I was anticipating. Way better.
Does Tyson take?
No, so that
DDs?
makes it a lot easier. No
Okay.
DDs for Tyson. Yeah.
Yeah, my kids were. I had a Passy lover. Colin started Passy lover, exclusively pumping. Wouldn't take the nip.
That's insane.
Obsessed with the Passy. He used to call it a mama.
I'm like surprised that he liked it so much.
Colin
I guess he needed something.
or Cat? Oh yeah,
Colin.
because he liked the bottle. So it's like kind of like similar plastic vibe.
Yeah.
Silicone vibe. Leo.
This is pre-crunchy mom era.
Leo. I know. I mean, and then when I
just
restarted
kidding.
with Liv, I was like, do I need to get the glass bottles? No, I can't. I can't.
It's too much.
We're on our way out here. Leo just got off the boob like 2 days ago. Just kidding. But he was a big boob guy. I would have to put Sesame Street Band-Aids on my nipples and call them boo-boos. And I would sometimes forget that I had them on. And then when it came time to take a shower, I'd be like, whoa!
Jump scare. Elmo,
What
what are you doing here?
doing here? And now Liv is just a big passy gal.
Yeah,
We
but she's
like
still
just surround her with them in her crib.
she's still little. Like Callum was like that too. And then before Ty was born, I was like, okay, we have to stop it during the daytime. And that was like pretty easy. And then we've been on this streak. So now, whatever. Like I'm done with it.
All right,
Like I'm not
they're-
turning back.
They're not coming back. So.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And like we don't have to worry about it because my potato child like doesn't care.
He's just happy, just blobbing,
He's just happy being a blob. Yeah,
being a
like
blob.
having us like flip him over and like rotate him and stuff.
Oh my God, so funny. So funny how different kids are too. Like
No, shocking. I was like, oh my God, like everyone says that. But
they
like,
don't
how-
even look alike.
No, they're
They
from
don't act
different.
alike. Yeah, right.
Like they're from different parents. Like I don't know.
Like not even you. You're not even the mom.
No, I don't know. Like who is this child? He's so cute though.
So cute.
Oh my God, I love him so much. I love them both so much. Obviously. What's new with you?
If you had to pick one to save, just kidding.
Jelly. No, I'm just kidding. She'd be out of here.
I
Those
mean,
dogs.
these animals, it's just too much. Like,
It's too much.
we have this fish, so this is like so unimportant, but we have the 3 kids, right? We have the dog that we got right before we found out that we were
That was
surprisingly
crazy.
pregnant
Yeah.
with Liv. So we have a lot. We have Lucy, who's been our OG forever.
Forever.
And then John last, I want to say
And then we have
July.
John.
You're right. Don't even get me started on him. And then John took the kid to like this Greek festival. Of course, they played the game where you get a fish.
Oh, yeah.
He got the fish. It's just living in a bowl, like
Yeah.
not like with a filter, not with a heater, like, which is like so funny because when I was a kid, my dream was to have a fish bowl, like one of those open fish bowls in my kitchen. I was like, I
What?
will just like, when I'm like a mom, like an Elmo. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Stop it. Yeah, freak.
Yeah, like that and a KitchenAid mixer, like,
Oh, yeah.
is what I
Wealth.
equated to being like an adult. Well, all this to say that I still have this freaking fish from last July, and he is like outgrowing his tank, and he is so big, and I call him Marvin because he's always hungry, so I call him Starvin' Marvin.
That's cute.
I swear to God, this fish looks at me like we have some sort of weird connection, me and this fish. Like,
Of course you do. You're like an animal
I know, I'm like
whisperer.
Dr. Doolittle,
Yeah.
like, seriously.
Like squirrels just like show up on your front porch and like you
Do you know
hold
that?
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like,
That's
an
a
actual
real life
true story. True story.
real example.
My neighbor has a one-eyed black cat that like just strolls in and out of my house. Like,
Your
and on my
dream?
worst days, it's like really when he comes, I'm like, Sparky, I don't need this right now.
But also, let me give you a pet.
But yeah, but let me clean your eyes
Yeah.
out.
Oh, well, what's going on with you? Anything to update the Maddies about?
Let me think. Like, not really. Me and Liv were just sick, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Really not a whole lot, actually. Just
Okay.
we're in this zone now where there's just so much school. There's like no breaks happening. So John's just working, the kids are just going. I'm just
I kind of like prefer when like there's no stop.
really
I mean, my kids aren't in school, but when like we have like our routine of like things we do and places we go, and when we have to miss like one day of that, like I'm not the same person for the rest of the week.
you are actually motivating me to have some sort of a routine because you have your greenhouse that
Yes.
you go to and your
Yeah.
classes that you go to.
Yeah.
I'm just like every day I'm just like, what the hell are we gonna do today?
No,
Like,
it makes such a big difference. And then I'm like, Friday we'll go like thrifting. Like
yes, you have to get your bagels.
I have to get my bagel. Like we have our things that we do. So it's like every day there's at least like one thing that
Yeah.
we're doing. You know,
I
And
need
it's like
to.
it's like Whole Foods, like park. You know.
But is there a certain day that you do those things?
Yeah, of the week exactly.
You will go to Whole Foods
On
a
Thursday.
certain- Okay. At 12:04.
I walk in, I'm like, hey guys, mama's home. I have to, Nikki, I'll go crazy. Like, Callum has to be busy. Like, if he's not busy,
Do you have a yard?
yeah. So now that it's about to be like nice out, like Andrew's been
Great.
like cleaning up the yard. We're gonna get our furniture out there. Like, it's gonna be such a
Life-changing.
game. I'm so excited.
Not mad about the weather.
Not,
But
mad
I
about the
am
weather.
actually mad
Oh god,
that the weather can't just make up her fucking mind.
I know.
Like, stop being like a deadbeat dad coming
Yeah.
in and out.
Like we're spring here.
Are you spring or are you winter?
It's been decided. It's spring.
Yeah,
Don't
the
fuck
groundhog
around.
had said.
Yeah.
Colin told me.
Of course he did.
Of course he did. Like,
He had that on his schedule for the week.
yes, yes.
Check
He-
in with
Colin keeps us all on track. He is
Yeah.
my 5-year-old, and he is like, this is what we're gonna do today. Do you hear him right now?
Is that him?
That is him just
He's like, I
going
heard my name.
hard on his Nintendo Switch right now. He just finished a game of Mario Jamboree, and he is.
Congrats on your win, Colin.
I-
Yaranti
John-
loves you.
John gets so mad at me because I don't take it easy on him. Like, but it's not even that I'm trying to like beat him. It's just that like I forget.
They're
where
talking
I
about
am.
they're talking about when they're playing the game. Like you're
Yes.
like, I don't take it easy on him. Like John wants me to beat him.
Oh my God. Well, that's a perfect intro to Ruby Franke, which we will get
dude.
into, but we do
So
have
true.
a few other things that we need to
Yeah, we have a lot.
get into. I know.
Yeah.
So to keep this episode at a minimum and not a 4-hour,
I know.
because we are recording late because Shout out John for ruining the recording
Yeah.
today.
That's fine. You know what? We've already done this so many times.
Yes, in all honesty, we did have an episode last week that I really
Everyone
felt
was waiting for.
Yes, you were all waiting. I felt so good about it.
Yeah.
And then we had some technical difficulties.
It was
Bree
my
had
fault.
to-
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. But we're here now, so
We're here.
you may or you may not hear this.
I know, it's
It's
true.
gonna
You'll
all
hear
be
You'll hear
in
it.
vain, but
We'll send it to our moms.
that's all that matters. Oh my God, Bree, speaking of your mom, just one
Yes.
quick thing.
Yeah.
Dying at her carousel on Instagram. Bree's
Oh.
mom, Donna, bless her, posted this carousel on Instagram of Bree and her brother Chris.
I'll
I
insert one of the photos in case anyone's watching on YouTube.
It is so funny. First of all, Bree, you are so freaking cute. Like,
I look like a hillbilly,
haven't changed a bit.
not in a derogatory way.
Your
like,
mom looks exactly the same.
I know. She's.
Oh my God. I was looking at pictures today when my kids were young, and I remember this day so vividly. I wanted so badly to get a lot of great poses of the kids, probably 25 to 30 pictures taken. And back in that day, it's like you only have 25 to 30.
Seriously.
Taken it on a digital camera.
I know.
And after one or two pictures, they just didn't want to cooperate any longer. LOL. Where's the time gone?
There you go. I
Like,
can't.
for real, though.
That's so funny. That's sibling right there.
So can you not now as a mom relate? Like, I don't know if you've tried to really get pictures of the boys yet.
I never
but
will. I never will because I'm also remember that day and I'm equally as traumatized as my mom is. And seriously, I think about that day, like of my mom trying to get pictures.
Wait, so
and, like,
you won't subject your kids to that trauma is what you're saying?
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, my mom.
The cycle ends here.
Oh no, my mom will order. When Liv was born, we ordered the backdrops, the ring lights. She has her professional camera, like insane, like the cushion,
Oh my God.
the little fuzzy butt pads.
Yeah, like it's cute.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Yeah, I
It's
can't.
not worth it.
And like, mom, I'm sorry. I know like all you want is like a professional photo shoot. It's literally never going to happen. The only person I would let do it is Karen, my sister-in-law. She's a photographer, so it's
Yeah.
different. Like, it would be a game changer. Okay, we need to just.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, like no one cares about us. Like,
Except for us.
skirt.
Except for her moms.
Except for our moms, who are the
They're
only
like,
two people
yes,
listening.
they talked about us.
They mentioned us. Okay, I'm gonna start with the Mormon Wives trailer, season 2, airing May 15th. Mark it on your calendar. Like,
Okay, that is 2 full months from today.
I know, but it's not
It
that
will go
far.
quick.
It will. So this was like not really the trailer; it was just a teaser.
Okay.
But just like want to run down real quick. Like, everyone's still mad at Whitney.
It's like, Whitney, what are you even doing here?
No, but she needs to be on the show because she's so like they're all like a little delusional, which is why we love them. But she's like messy. Like they're all drunk.
And then she's
whatever.
like, what?
I know. Wait, so in the trailer, Taylor and Dakota are still like fighting. Like, obviously. Everyone's pregnant in real life now. Like, I don't know how that's playing out on the show, but I feel like 3 of them are pregnant?
Yeah, pregnancy pact, for sure.
Yeah, pregnancy
yes.
pact.
We have Macy, Jen.
Like, I'm proud of you for
And
remembering
who
everybody's
else?
name. Well, Whitney like was pregnant and had a baby.
No,
and
no,
so
well,
was
we're
Taylor.
missing one of the real
Oh,
girls.
the girl that had the eczema.
Oh.
I know. I
What's
can't
her
remember her name. I don't know. Miranda? No.
No.
But in the trailer, they show that Miranda, who is actually from the Swinging Scandal of Taylor,
Like, what the fuck is Miranda?
she's joining the season.
No.
Yes.
And Taylor will be there?
Of course, Taylor's like Madison LaCroix. Like, she has to be there.
She breaks my heart.
I know.
But
I
she's
love
like
her, though.
not actually Madison LaCroix.
No,
you know
but
who I
she's
think
like
is?
the backbone of the show.
Yes, but they don't really like her. I mean, she put the show on her back. Like, she started it.
I feel like they like her now.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think it's changed.
She needs a friend.
Oh, were you going to say Demi is Madison LaCroix?
yes.
Demi, sorry.
Demi.
Sorry, Demi.
Yes.
Demi.
Yes, I was.
I can't wait to just see like her
Could
on
anybody
some
be
screen.
prettier?
No, they can't. Like, it's unreal. Like, I'm obsessed with her. Okay, so we have that to look forward to. May, like, we have all this time. Maddie's like, tell your friends May's gonna be popping off.
And
Okay.
oh, I was gonna say, Jess is coming in with a whole new face, but I think her new face is probably post filming.
Filming. I love her too.
I do too. She actually grew on me a lot.
Oh my
Even though
God,
she
she's
does
so
remind
funny.
me. This is mean, actually. Never mind.
Okay, yeah, like we need fans.
Yeah.
Please.
Can't get canceled on episode
Yeah.
1.
Okay, well, something that's coming sooner, Valley Season 2, April 15th, little birthday treat for me. Everyone's back. The gang's back. They must have filmed this seriously for like a year. And like, they probably don't know when to stop filming
They
because the
took a
drama
fishing
never
net.
ends.
They took a fishing net into the sewer and just grabbed all these
The
little sewer
leftovers.
creatures, like, that just are toxic
They were
in the
clamoring.
best
Yeah.
way.
In the best way. Seriously, like, I cannot wait for season 2. Like, there's so much, but basically, like, little synopsis of the trailer.
Give it to
Everyone's
us.
back. Kristen's engaged. We knew that. Jax is like banging women in the home he shares with Brittany. Apparently, like, are we shocked? Jesse and Michelle still hate each other, but even more.
Wow.
Even more. He accuses her of being a prostitute and sleeping with people for money. Jack gets served divorce papers on TV. And then, I don't know if you caught this, but Danny and Jason, like, other girls in the group are saying that, like, when they go out without their wives, they're, like, hitting on other girls. And, like,
Not
Jason doesn't wear,
surprised.
like, really? But Jason and Danny's, like, obsessed with Nia.
Yes. And as he should be, because
As he should be. Like,
again,
seriously.
another queen.
Queen.
I don't know. Sometimes it's really the people who are all
know.
roses that you need to.
302.
I mean, and how much whoopee do you think is going down there? I mean, the man's looking around probably.
Well, she's
like,
pregnant.
oh my God. Well,
She's pregnant.
then.
I don't know.
Okay, so they have one daughter, the twins, and now she's pregnant again.
No, they have a son, twin girls.
Oh, okay.
And she's pregnant again.
So this is her 4th.
Yeah, and then apparently Jason, who just had a baby, like takes his wedding ring off when he goes out. Like, that's crazy. So that's just the
Whatever,
trailer.
though. I'm like, bye.
There's probably like 9 million other things that are happening. Like Jax, obviously, like, can we just talk about when, like, the clip of him? I don't want to like be
Confessing
mean,
his-
like,
right.
confessing.
Again, this
yeah.
is not like to bash him being an addict. Like, you know, like,
No. Good for him for like admitting
Understand.
he has a problem and like going to rehab.
how many fucking years later, though?
I know, but like in that clip, I obviously didn't watch the episode. I'm not like paying to hear Jax like tell us he's like a cokehead. I just like watched the clip.
Like, I just opened my eyes and
Yeah, it's like, whoa,
View.
he said it. Yeah. But in the clip, he's so Jax. Like, he's like still the same old Jax, where it's like he's such a victim, says
Yes.
nothing about Brittany, shows no remorse. He's just like, well, here I am, guys. Like, you know, like it's hard for me to say this, but I
Now
have a
feel
problem
bad
to
for
coke.
me.
Yeah, feel like my life was in shambles. Like he's not taking like the accountability that I guess we wouldn't expect him to take, because then
Yeah.
he wouldn't be Jax. But I am interested to see how that plays out. And also, do you see he like rebranded the podcast and he like has his own podcast now?
No.
And it's like,
and who
Jax,
wants to listen to that?
nobody. Like,
I will say the biggest blessing, though, was them not having another kid.
well, I was gonna say, like, it's kind of crazy that like Brittany was pushing so hard to have another kid, knowing that, like, I mean, I guess she's known the whole time,
I think that Brittany wanted another kid for Cruz.
and then to leave him.
Right. Like, I
Yeah.
think she just wanted another kid
Yeah.
for Cruz to have a
Yeah.
sibling, and then
That's so
she would
true.
have a kid with the same dad, and
Yeah.
she could just
Yeah, have her kids.
have her kid that way. But Lala is proof
I know.
that you can have a kid with a surrogate.
That's so true. But when he like finally came out and said that like he's been struggling with addiction, all I kept thinking about was that scene when they were in like Colorado or Aspen, like wherever they were, and she was like sick in bed.
Oh, on the
first season,
Valley.
and he was like telling everybody that like she has a
an
drinking
alcohol-
problem. Can you imagine her blood boiling, just wanting to scream like, "You're a fucking go-get!" Like, I cannot imagine the anger and resentment that woman has been holding on to for like 6 years.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
It's-
excited to see Brittany like single, and I hope like happy and just like,
I think this is the best thing for her, was finally
yeah,
coming to terms with the fact that this is Jax Taylor. He
Yeah,
is
he's never gonna
going
change.
to change.
Yeah.
Even now, sober,
Yeah.
he's still the same person
I know.
at the core.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Okay, let's move on to somebody that I have become obsessed with this week. I think the rest of the world, like, do you feel that everyone else is now obsessed with her after this, like,
Yeah, like
press
what
tour?
happened? What is
Okay,
what is
so
she on? What
let's
is
just say Millie Bobbie Brown,
MBB?
like,
MVP.
the way I need to be this 21-year-old's best friend is not healthy. I'm so in
The
love
way
with
that
her.
she's 21 years old.
No, she's older than me. Like, she's seriously so much more mature than me. But she's on a press tour because she did this movie with Chris Pratt. It just came out on Netflix. It's called, like, Electric State or something
Ooh,
like
maybe we
that.
should watch and recap.
Well, I might have to watch it because I love her, but I looked at the preview and it's like a movie I've never in my life watched. And it's so funny because, like, she was on SmartList. Like, I don't even think they asked her about this movie.
I don't think so either.
And, like, she went and called her daddy, and Alex Cooper asked her, like, in the last, like, 4 minutes.
Right, like we just want to know you. We're
We
here
just
for
wanna know
you.
you.
We don't care about your movie.
No,
like,
we don't care.
Great. This is the first I'm hearing that she's in a new movie.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
why she's
listened
on this
to
big-
all of SmartList.
That's why she's on this big press tour. Wait, I can't. Okay, I wrote just, like, a couple reasons why I think that, like,
She's the best.
she's the best. Okay.
Goat.
One,
Millie Bobbie Brown.
wait, do you know she said that her real middle name is Bonnie?
No. Where'd you
Yes.
say that with Alex Cooper?
No, she said it, like, in some other. I'm getting served, like, a lot of content. She said
Bonnie?
yeah, but her dad, I guess, called her Bobby or, like, Millie Bobby. Need to meet her dad, by the way.
Need
Sounds
to
like
meet them all.
need to meet them all. Do you know what her brother's name is?
No.
Guess. Their last name's Brown. What you know about Millie? What would her parents name their son, whose last name is Brown?
I was gonna say my duty. Like
No, it's right there.
with duty.
No. Charlie Brown.
Shut the fuck up. You're lying.
I had to know, like, her siblings' names: Ava, Paige, Millie, and Charlie Brown.
Wow.
I love them for that. Seriously, like, add it to the list.
Okay, I just love them for everything. So if you
I know.
didn't listen to SmartList, like she just like gave a rundown of her family, how they just literally dropped it all because she wanted to act and they just moved from place to place. They just moved one day to Orlando because they used to vacation there and they just like thought it was nice.
So weird.
And the guys on SmartList were like, "So what did like your parents do?" She's like, "Just like
No, she said her dad was like a fruit dealer or something.
that's like again, Renee, you're getting so much talk on here when her dad was
I
the
know.
milkman."
A milkman, I know. But, like, a fruit dealer, and then he was like a real estate agent, and, like, I don't know, they just seem
Just
like
a little here and there.
yeah, just
Kinda
a
like
little here
me.
and there. Yeah.
Just picking up businesses left and right.
throwing it at the wall, whatever we got. But I was so shocked when she said she lives in Georgia. Her whole family lives there.
Okay, so reason number one
Yeah.
on the list of why we need to move to Georgia.
So true.
And I
Besi-
love how close her family is. Like,
I
that's just so
know.
nice. Like, that they all live there too. Like,
And especially that there's such a big age gap between all of her siblings. Her and
so crazy.
oh no, and Nikki, I was like doing research after. They're all like in business together. Like Millie and one of her sisters run like her production company. Her brother shoots like some videos. He's like a videographer.
Obsessed.
No, like it's her dad's her manager. Like
Oh my God. Wait, unrelated, but her accent is so funny. It was killing me.
I love it.
The way that it switched from California girl to like the most hoity-toity
Posh.
Brit, yeah, was incredible.
I know. Like she's a star. Like seriously. Like well, obviously,
She is,
but
and she's like the way that she could just talk to anybody. Like she could talk to the smartless guys, and then she can like turn it on for Alex Cooper too, and like be that like fun
well, that's
young
what I was
girl.
gonna say. Is like normally like. So Alex Cooper's interviews for me are hit or miss, but Millie Bobbie Brown
Mm-hmm. She can
is
carry it.
so she can carry. She's so easy to talk to that it's not an interview. You're just like genuinely curious,
Right.
So you're asking like super authentic questions because it's like everything that comes out of her mouth is
It's
like
easy.
what you don't expect though.
Right, like tell me more.
Tell me more. Like, I did not want that interview to end. Seriously, like, I love her so much. Like, she said her favorite reality show is Love Island.
She's
I
one of us.
named my first child after a name from Love Island, and Mormon Wives.
I named my first child after somebody from Below Deck.
Hence why we have a TV
I know.
podcast.
We are not okay.
Shocker. Yeah, shocking.
Shout out Colin.
Wait,
Below
I
Deck.
don't, I think she said this on Call
Macy
Her
O'Toole.
Daddy. Shout out. She said her ick is when someone picks her up from the airport.
I get it.
She's like they're just like waiting there.
Right. Sometimes you have to drive around a little bit.
I was pissing my pants. That is
That's
such
so-
a funny ick. Oh my God. And you know what I thought was really sweet? She's so in love with her husband.
is.
And it's so genuine. Like, and she was saying how the reason why, like, it wasn't crazy for them to get married so young is because, like, his parents are high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
Her parents have been together, like,
Since they were like 19 and 20.
yeah, since they were like teenagers, and like that's what she wanted for herself, and she found someone that wants the same thing. Like, I have chills. Seriously,
So beautiful.
it's so beautiful. Like, more of that in Hollywood. That doesn't
Right.
exist. Like, she said the first time Jake met her parents was like on an RV road trip. Like, because she was like, oh, if he can handle this, like.
Like you're in. Yeah.
No, Nikki, this is like one of the biggest stars. Like, she's RV road tripping, like, with her family.
She lives in Georgia,
I
just
know.
like on a farm,
like an
raising
animal
goats,
sanctuary.
and she's
I know.
incredible.
I know.
Okay,
Oh.
so this is now officially the Millie Bobbie Brown.
I know.
We'll get into it too. We love Amanda Petula.
Oh, yeah. She's like, add her to the list of like,
Madison
girls we're
LaCroix.
obsessed with. Madison LaCroix. Girls
Just our
we're obsessed
queens.
with. Okay, I could talk about her forever, but
We have
we'll
to. We do
move
have
on.
to wrap it up. This was supposed to be a quick little recap.
I know.
On.
We're at like 30 minutes talking about Millie Bobbie Brown. Okay, let's get serious. I want to get Ruby Franke out of the way because it's so dark. Like, we're not going to end on that note, but
Right.
much to discuss. I'm going to give like, should I give a recap for the audience of like what happened?
Give a quick recap.
Okay.
Just no. Did I say recap?
It's fine. You talk.
We'll get into that. Yeah. Give a quick recap, and then we'll give our thoughts.
Yeah.
We do have to go through all three parts. Just
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole little.
yeah, the whole, all of
for
it. Okay, so if you don't know or you didn't watch the Ruby Franke documentary, everybody should watch. It's on Hulu, but basically, like, she was a mommy vlogger, had a YouTube channel called 8 Passengers. Started out like kind of innocent, just like family. Things escalate really quick to her becoming like an abusive situation, and she ends up like even pivoting her channel to be like very like religious, like kind of like cult vibes, like a lot of how to like discipline your child and like how to like reprimand them and like the way they should speak to you. She just like turned the channel like in a crazy direction. She finds a new business partner, Jody, who's a disgraced psychologist, basically. But she also has a cult following. And together, they basically, like, exile out Ruby's husband. They just, like, get him out of the picture. They exile out her oldest son and her oldest daughter because they were, like, too smart.
old. They were
too
getting
old
it.
to control. They were too old to control. And then she has 4 kids left that were aged, like, 11 to, like, 15 or something like that. It takes a dark turn. They believe the younger kids are possessed by the devil because they are just being like defiant, like regular kids, like don't want to listen to their mom. People on the internet and neighbors begin to question like where the children are. They never see them leave the house again. And finally, one of the kids escapes because he was being held captive, goes to the police. Ruby and this crazy woman, Jody, end up being arrested and like they're serving up to 30 years in prison. That's not even like everything that happened.
Okay. Let me pull up my notes because this was really, like you said, the last time we attempted to podcast.
Yeah.
We had broke down episodes, well, not episodes, but
Yeah, like 1 and 2.
there's 3 parts. So
and a
parts
half.
1, I got a little bit into the second part and I finally finished it. It was, and you said, like, I could tell you what happens, but you should really watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's not even going to do justice to what you see.
And like how they got there.
Right. And how they got there, like, and how just,
know.
like, you're watching this and you're like a parent and you're like, how are you doing this to your kids? How, as the other parent, are you watching this happen?
I know. And what's crazy is that like she wasn't like Ruby Frank like wasn't like really hiding anything like on her channel.
No.
Like she was putting it all out there and like all other they're Mormon, right?
Yeah, LDS. Yeah, I
LDS, yeah,
believe, yes.
Mormon. And like there was like people like in her neighborhood were following her YouTube channel and like watch her videos every day and like it's not this isn't on them obviously, but nobody said anything. Like no, they were just like gossiping like behind their
Right.
back, like oh this lady's crazy.
Because
But
it
it's like
really, it is so crazy to think like this could be happening in your neighbor's house. Like you would never think that something this dark, you're
I know,
like, all right, like this is kind of like a little crazy, but
I know.
like it's really, so in my notes I just said like she is so evil looking,
Yeah,
like, and I said it the last time too, the markers.
I know.
So there's a clip that she has these markers and she would just like post the same video over and over again, just trying to get like the right take.
Yeah,
And she had these markers and she was like,
like flat fanning them out and like flashing
like,
them.
what the hell?
I
Like,
know.
just so scary and so
So
weird.
scary.
But it is a cult. Like,
Yeah,
it
it was a
was.
cult,
Jody was
yeah.
running a cult. It was very similar to me for Mother God. They started prepping
Yeah.
the way that Jody removed the family. So initially, the oldest daughter, Shari, had gone away to college. So she was like kind of removed from the whole thing. And then the younger son, Chad.
But she was also like, not my problem. Like, you guys are nuts.
Yeah, she did.
She was
but like,
over it. She didn't know what was going on, but she was so over
she did.
it.
And then she was the one who made the
I
call
know.
saying like,
Somebody had to.
but okay. So she was just awful. Like in the beginning, so it started with her running the channel, right? And then she started being Chad, the oldest son, started to pull away. Like it was all fun at first, and
Yeah.
now it's not fun anymore. When you're like telling your kid to like redo the scene or be happy,
Read ads.
smile.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I literally wrote, she goes, just be yourself. He goes, that is myself. She goes, then change it.
No, that was
Like-
really sad. Yeah.
These kids are fucked up for life.
I
Like,
know.
I feel guilty if I like snap at Leo when he's like being annoying. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, he's gonna like internalize this forever. Like, and he's gonna be like messed up for life. Like,
He's not.
but what she did was like
I know.
awful. The 911 call, like you could hear. So the youngest son, there was a younger daughter too. So the youngest son escaped from Jody's house in the middle of the desert.
Yeah. No, they're like held in a basement, like bound.
Emaciated.
Yeah. It was
He
so
was
sad.
nothing but like
Bones.
just bones, and like his knees were just like
I
these
know.
little balls. Like he had duct tape all around him. Like awful, awful.
Those kids,
Like,
seriously?
and that man who got the call, like you could hear in his voice how
He was
shook
crying.
he was.
I
Like
know.
unbelievable.
Really sad.
The fact that the dad.
No. We
It's
have to talk
just-
about the dad.
Okay. This is me being judgy and I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But how could you just leave your family? So essentially, they convince the dad that he is. Okay, so Jody starts to get these possessions. So Jody is the lady who Ruby has now clung to with the
Yeah.
cult, and like she has like the cult following of these men who she gives workshops to and basically tells them they're like loser pussies who like are terrible
Aren't real men.
husbands. Yeah, they're not real men because strong men don't have DDs. They have their DDs. And so Jody starts getting possessed and saying like, she's mine, like blah, like
Those
crazy.
clips, Nikki, I was like, these people really thought this was real.
That's the thing, is they did. They really did believe it.
Yeah.
And so they told the husband that you are the reason why Jody is possessed. You need to leave the house. And he's like, okay. And he leaves the house. Doesn't talk to his kids for over a year.
No, but just like doesn't turn back. He's just like, okay, I guess I'll leave.
But do you think that Ruby believed it?
No.
You don't think that
don't-
she believed that the kids were? I do. Like, I
I-
think she was really mentally ill.
I think
you
she
think she
was,
was
like-
just evil?
I think she was so far in it that she just like committed. And she was like, well, this is like where I am right now. Like, this is just like what we're doing right. Like, I don't know. Like,
I think we're obviously not like cult experts,
yeah,
but
it's
to
hard to,
relate
yeah.
it to Mother God, it was like the way she was documenting everything was the
Yeah.
same way that they were documenting in Mother God. Like, to me, there's
It's like
some sort of like
obsessive.
connection. Like, you are just
Yeah.
not with us
Yeah,
anymore.
you're not with
Like,
us anymore. Yeah.
you are in an alternate universe where you think that this is normal.
That's
And
true.
like,
Yeah.
even Chad really believed it, the older
I
son. Like, he
know.
really,
So innocent.
so, well, yeah. And
He
now,
was
like,
so innocent.
that's
I know.
gone. And there's another documentary, I think, coming out on Netflix about child vlogging.
Let's go. Like, good. It's about
And
time.
this is the world that we're in now,
I
though.
know.
Like, this is Instagram. This is like
Wait,
all these, like,
didn't they
even
say
Bachelor stars that we love.
they were making like $1 million a month at one
Yeah.
point off their
Yeah.
YouTube? So like,
Like, damn, sign me up.
no, but also like, I feel like that's why they're just like, what's next? What's next? Like,
Right.
they lose like for Ruby Frank, like they lost themselves and like became like seriously like mentally unwell, and also they didn't just tell the dad to leave; they told Chad to leave too, and he just like also then didn't speak to the dad. Like he was just like out there on his own.
Right. Just
Like,
the
do you know-
fact that everybody believed this and they were like,
They're,
okay.
okay.
But that's like what it has to be so much more than
No,
like
they're so manipulated at that point. Like
it's
you're not
really
in touch
sad.
with reality. But Sherry, or I don't know how to say her name, but she like is the one. Like I feel like their only hope. You know what I mean? Like
Well, now Chad is actually a social media influencer. Shari is advocating for against child vlogging or
I
family
saw that,
vlogging.
as she should, and she's engaged.
That's awesome.
I know.
Good for her.
I know, but I did also see that like the other four kids, like they were in CPS, like with Child Protective Service. The dad was trying to get custody, and it's like sealed documents, so like nobody really knows like what happened to them.
Like, would you give him custody?
No,
Like,
are you kidding? He didn't even like want it when he had it. He just like left being a dad because his wife told him to, and also
these
she
police
was like,
officers
"Oh God."
were like so shook. Like,
I know, the one that was crying.
but they're like, is this real? Like,
I know.
no remorse. And when Ruby was in the police station, not answering them
Yeah.
and was just silent and
I
just
know.
blinking, I was like, oh my God. Like,
The
I
blinking?
would need to leave. Like,
Yeah, me
I am
too.
scared.
Seriously. The blinking was crazy. No, it was really disturbing. And also, like, Ruby and Jody were basically like lovers.
Like, open your fucking eyes. Like,
No, it was actually too much. Like, it's too sad. I'm glad it's like, I feel bad for those kids. But
Sorry.
the world, like, needed to know their story because, like you said, like, this is probably happening even more than, like, we're aware of. This was just, like, a big, like,
100%.
mainstream one. And I didn't even know the full story. Like, I'm glad that I do because, like, that's so sick and twisted. And I just feel so sad for these kids. I'm interested to see the documentary you were just saying because, like, this needs to be talked about. Like, but we're the ones that are, like, propping up these.
Oh, yes. This is the world that we live in now.
I know.
Everything is
It's so
like
scary.
blasting your kids and having families, especially in Utah.
Yeah.
Am I saying it right? Utah? Utah.
You're not, but just
Utah?
power. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I got my thick Long Island accent. Brie called me out. She said I kept saying Utah.
That's exactly how you said it.
But it, like, that to me sounds right.
Okay.
But again,
that's your
Utah is
reality.
a very, right, that's my truth. It's very unique there. So
We were just me and Andrew watched this like crazy show on Netflix called American Primeval or something like that. And it's like history about how like the Mormons, Native Americans, and like the military or something. Oh no, yeah, we're like all fighting for land. But basically like the Mormons settled in Utah like in like 1850 or something like that.
yeah.
Okay, everyone knows this. Except
No,
for
I
me.
know that they've been around for like ever.
Okay, I was just like, whoa, like it goes back like that far.
But Mormons themselves are a cult. You know, like I feel like if
Yes.
you're in
Well, you
that
should watch the
kind-
show. It's crazy.
All right, send me the name.
It's a good show to watch with John, but it's like I'm so dumb. I don't know. Like, I'm actually embarrassed to admit this, but like I know nothing about history. Like I
No,
just like
me
blacked
neither.
out in school.
So
So
neither
every
does my
second,
sister, and
I'm
she's
like,
going to be a history teacher.
well, it's not like your dad teaches history or anything.
No.
But you should watch the show because it's like, it's just like a period of time where like this is what life was like, and I was
Is
like,
it
damn.
real? Like real footage? Or is it
No,
like a
it's like a show, but I
Like
guess it's
scripted.
like the most accurate retelling of like what it was like in this time. And like I need to be
interested.
educated. Yeah, like I'll
Right.
text it to you.
We have to learn a little
We have to
bit.
learn. I know. I ask Andrew questions sometimes, and I'm like, "Do you just think in your head like, is she the dumbest girl in the
Well,
world?"
Andrew reads
know.
books like
Like
we
not
just-
porn, like not not softcore porn novels, like
No.
like girls.
What's
girl
that called?
things. Smut.
Smut.
Yeah. I know Andrew's always like, read a book or you watch so
I
much TV.
can't. Like I'm tired. I just want to rot.
I know. I just want to rot. I send Nikki like sometimes the books that Andrew like buys on Amazon, and it's like the rise of like the man that created Walmart. Like,
How to take your income and double it. Getting passive income.
I can't. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Let me see if there was anything else I wanted to say in regards to Rubes
I know,
before
sorry, like,
we
skirted over it.
move on.
But we're
No,
already
just
at
that it
like,
was, like,
40 minutes.
Super dark, but a good and important watch, I think. And I thought it was like well done, but it was also infuriating because basically it ends and we really don't have answers.
I
Like
know.
the kids weren't interviewed at all. Their faces weren't shown, which is like obviously understandable for
Yeah.
privacy, but like not that I even want to hear from them because it's
I
like
know.
would be even just more unimaginable than anything, but
Yeah.
like it was just very frustrating to watch because in the end the husband, is his name Kevin? I think his name is Kevin. Still basically
Something like
says
that.
that he loves Ruby and will still love her, and the interviewer said even after what she did to the kids, and he says yes.
Yeah, and they're going to give you custody.
Right, like goodbye.
Like he's going to be bringing them to visit her in prison.
Awful.
I
Just-
can't. Disgusting.
Well, I
Okay.
wish them the best.
We wish
I
them the
hope that
best.
all the kids are okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Moving
Switching
on
gears.
to- let's lighten it up a little bit.
Let's lighten it up. One thing I'm never going to be mad about, Summer House. Like seriously,
Obsessed.
the joy this show brings me.
And they had a lull for a while where it
Oh
was
my god,
like
it's like 3 years.
I did not watch.
Same. I didn't watch. Like, wow, my life has changed. All right.
Tell us what happened, Brie.
Yeah, quick little rundown. The episode starts with Kyle apologizing to Paige about his insane rage text and also admitting he values his friendship with Paige over Craig. Like, not too shocked by that, I guess.
No.
Lexi and Jesse having like some version of the talk. Awkward. Lindsay casually drops at the beach that her and Turner don't live together, and Danielle's brain explodes. Carl wears the ugliest shoes you've ever seen in your life, and he says he hasn't had sex since Lindsay, who's pregnant now, just in case anyone didn't know that. Emerald opens up about his past. Cool. And Paige and Craig have a very telling conversation over kangaroo skewers. Real kangaroo. Grilled. And Paige just like chomps right in there.
Yikes.
Yeah, yikes. Okay, I want to start with Kyle and Paige just because like
That's where we started. Yes.
that's where we started, but also like I feel like once Paige in last episode yelled like at him, she didn't care anymore. Do you know
Right.
what I mean?
yeah.
So this conversation, I feel like she's just like, okay, like say whatever you need to say, Kyle, and like let's just
Right.
move on.
I
No one
have in my
cares.
notes that Kyle is just like so whiny. Even when he's talking to her, he's just like,
know.
"Oh, like my feelings. Everything.
That's
It's
him.
just like whiny. It's like
know.
talk like a big boy. Like I tell my kids. Like
Or
what?
just, like-
what are you whining for?
Just say like, I'm sorry I took it out on you. Like I'll talk to Craig when I see him.
Right.
It's like, oh god.
It really doesn't have to do with Craig.
I know.
I mean, with Paige.
Paige.
Like it's
Yeah.
move on.
Move on.
And guess what? In reality, Paige doesn't really give too much of a shit about Kyle. Like
He's a
Her
coworker.
girl is Amanda.
Yeah.
Like She tolerates you because she loves Amanda.
Well, and because like Paige obviously loves to like gossip or just know what's going on, and like Kyle probably tells her so much stuff that has to do with so many people because he loves to bitch and complain about everybody and everything, and she's just like eating that up. That's probably why she is nice to him above all, which like I would too, because I want to know.
Paige looked incredible at the beach, like a fucking little hottie. Like, I
Did she
knew
ever
she was
not?
like a little hottie with a body, but like in her little bikini, I was
know.
like, okay.
You know what I've noticed? Like, it's shoulder season. Like, these girls, like, their shoulders.
As I sit here,
I know.
like,
No, I literally have like a bump on my back, and I have like spit up on my
it's
sweatshirt.
like the Hunchback of Notre Dame's are here.
No, their shoulders, like all these like hot girls now, the shoulders, like Gabby, Paige, Khloe Kardashian, like everyone's shoulders, Madison, are ripped. Like, I need to get those shoulders going.
Well, better start.
My better start.
Time's a-ticking.
Clock's ticking. Okay, let's move on to Lexi and Jesse, because I started out being so like giddy watching them, and now it's dreadful. It took a turn in one weekend.
I think Jessie is backpedaling majorly.
Oh my God. But also, Jesse, like, you are so dumb. If you're going to treat a girl the way you were treating her the first weekend of meeting her, and then think that, like, she's just going to, like, skirt along, she thinks you're in love with her.
Yeah.
You met her parents. Like, you're so dumb. Men are so dumb. I can't.
He's a fuckboy to the extreme. Like,
He is a fuckboy. But, like, I actually love Lexi, and, like, it's sad because, like, on one hand, I'm proud of her for, like, she is, like, saying how she feels and she's just, like, committing to it. But now she can feel that Jesse's backpedaling, and, like, her insecurities
yes.
are coming out so hard, which is going to make Jesse backpedal more, and it's just going to blow up.
So natural for a girly to feel that way, though.
Obviously, like, can you imagine someone's obsessed with you all over you, and then you say, like, okay, let's give this a shot, and then they're like, they just, like, don't show you that same attention.
Oh, strong. It's like, where is that energy now?
I know.
But that conversation in bed was so awkward, and she was like,
Awkward.
yeah, I hear Jesse's a boob guy. And I'm like, you are stunning.
Literally gorgeous. I know.
And if Jesse doesn't want to fucking give you the time of day that he should be giving you, or like as much attention as you need, bye.
Like,
Go
girl,
shake that ass by the pool.
You've dated celebrities, like D-list, but like, or adjacent, Nepo babies. Like, really?
Yeah, she's
You're
got
gonna
to
be fine.
She's got to move on from him. But that's like always the kiss of death when you just start messing with somebody in the house. Like, it never ends well.
I know. So now it's getting sad.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see how it
Plays out.
progresses. Yeah, like
Because
where
we're still
they're
at the beginning here.
Yeah, like literally, yeah. The conversation with Lindsay at the beach about Turner, I felt very different. Like, at first, I'm like, oh, now you want to pick to slow down? So Lindsay comes out by saying that she doesn't live with Turner. And was that basically like
And they don't plan on it.
and that they don't plan on it. And
Yeah.
Danielle is very concerned about it, which I did see on Instagram. Somebody said, like, you're friends with Lindsay. You're going to pretend that you don't know that she doesn't live with Turner. Like,
Well, and
you do know
also,
that.
like, she's friends with Lindsay, but she's also, like, every confessional, like, taking an opportunity to, like, rag on Lindsay and, like, talk shit and be super gossipy, which is, like, I don't know. Like, on one hand, I can see Lindsay not caring because that's the show, but to me, that's desperation because Danielle wants airtime. So
Right.
she's like, this will get me.
and especially
Airtime.
with, like, their relationship where they were best friends.
Yeah.
And then they completely fell apart, and now you're trying to rebuild. Like, don't be shady and, like, go be shady in confessionals.
I know.
So I immediately thought, like, oh, wow, Lindsay, now you're picking to slow down with somebody. Like, you're pregnant. Like, maybe you should have thought about that 3 months ago before you got pregnant.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, you know what, though? Who the fuck cares? Like, it's only Lindsay's business.
Exactly.
Why does she have to live with this guy?
This
So
is the
what,
most...
it'll all blow up?
Exactly. This is the most rational she's ever been
Yeah.
since we've known her. I was like, good for you, because she knows that if he, like, they don't work out, she could do it on her own. And she's totally fine with that. So she's not going to jeopardize, like, her potential future happiness just because they're having a baby. She's like, I don't know if we're
100%.
going to be together. So, like, why am I going to intertwine our lives. Like, if it works out, great. If it doesn't, like,
I think that he spends every night there and
Yeah.
that he's going to keep his apartment.
exactly.
Like, as a backup, you know?
For
Like,
sure.
they have the money to do it.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like,
And they've obviously have had these conversations, and like no matter what happens, it's not like Gemma like has a dad, and it's almost better like they'll see they're just like seeing it through, like if it works out, not if it
wait,
doesn't
is that
work
the
out.
baby's name?
Gemma, yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that.
I know, it's so cute. But I feel like she's looking at it as like if it doesn't work out and their lives aren't like on top of each other, then it'll be easier for them to co-parent because there won't be like so much, not so much history, but like so much to fight
untangle,
over.
yeah.
Yeah, to untangle. Perfect word. Exactly. Ay, ay, ay. So I'm proud of Lindsay. Like, I'm just loving her right now.
I am too.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm so happy for her. She was like spitting facts. Like, and yeah, like, fuck off. But
And yeah, stand by your decision.
I
Like,
know.
you don't owe anybody, especially Danielle, an explanation.
I
so,
know. How crazy is it that Carl keeps saying that like he just like needs to move on, that he's been like holding on to like anger and resentment towards Lindsay, and like he's hoping he can do that this summer and move on. I want to be like, what anger do you have towards Lindsay?
like, you did this.
You broke up with her. You didn't like her. You like literally hated her. And like she's so removed. Like her feelings are so indifferent towards him. Like what is he angry about?
Which is so crazy. Like,
Good
this
for
was-
her.
It's 12 months. It's not even a 12-month difference. Like,
No.
10 months.
But like he did her dirty. She's not going he embarrassed her. Like she's not going back, and like she has what she wanted. When she said to him in one of the earlier episodes like, "Oh, I told you like I would be pregnant this summer." I was like,
With or without you.
that was crazy, but like she just doesn't care. Like
Facts.
she's so icked out by Carl that like that takes she's probably like, wow, I can't believe I liked him, you know?
Yeah, right.
And then I'm sure when she saw the green shoes, she was like, thank God.
Oh, my God. He's like, well, it's too late to change. They're slip-ons. You can easily slip them right off. Like,
And
please
throw
go
them
change
out.
your shoes.
Paige, please throw the how random was the like people that went to a dinner party?
Okay, I loved it.
No, loved it. Like make that
I
the show.
was pissing my pants
I know.
laughing. Jesse looked so fucked up at that dinner, by
He
the way.
did, I know.
And then when they were all like
I know.
leaned in, like listening, they were so funny.
They're
like,
so funny.
oh my God, Jesse, West, and Paige on that side of the table were killing me.
They were. I
I
love
thought
them.
it was so funny. Like, I would have paid to have gone to dinner with them. So funny.
Do you think that production is like, hey, because like they've said before that in the Hamptons they don't get approved to film at like a lot of places. So do you think that like they just make what production makes a reservation every weekend for like however many people they can, and they're just
Probably.
like, you guys decide who's gonna go?
I think that they probably said Amanda and Paige, if you don't get out of the bed,
Yeah.
you might not have
So
a job
true.
here
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
show. Like, you have to go out.
Yeah, it's over for you bitches. It's so true. And like West,
Miss your bestie.
Miss Westy. They obviously have to be there because they're like the life of the house.
Yes.
And Carl, they're just like throwing him a bone. They're like, dude, why are you here?
Like, we gotta help you.
We gotta help you. Like,
Help a
it's
brother
like
out.
sad. They're like, we're not even paying you. Why are you here?
Like, he's just like, yeah.
They just feel bad. They're like, this
It's a
guy
hologram
needs...
of Carl.
Yeah, seriously.
Kyle saying that Craig got kicked out of his wedding and Craig saying that he's lying really shook me. I was like, this is loser on loser crime.
Loser on loser crime, but I feel like it's already been like confirmed that like he was kicked out of their
Oh,
wedding.
sure he was.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot, and this will kind of bring us into Southern Charm. We'll talk more about it there. But like
Yeah.
that Craig had such a problem when he was with Paige. Like I
forgot,
don't
too.
remember that all. Like
They were,
seeing
like-
those clips, I was like, whoa.
I was like, ew, she like stayed with him?
I can't believe that she
I can't
did.
believe it either. I know, like that was seriously crazy.
We'll finish up with Summer House and then we'll get into that. I thought that the sign was so funny that West got that said congrats Jesse and Lexi.
That was amazing. That was so funny. That was so funny.
Really made me laugh.
Oh, you just reminded me. Wes was on Watch What Happens Live, and on the after
what dumb
show,
shit did he say now?
nothing. It was like he's like kind of lame on those because he's so scared.
As he
so
should be.
but in the after show, Andy like asked him like how much weed like do they smoke on Summer House, and he was like everybody thinks because of that one like video of us making that like sour pickle that we were so stoned. But he's like, honestly, like, no one even smokes, like, at Summer House. Like, there's no time. I believed him. Like, I feel like he'd be like, oh, like, he's, like, dumb, you know? I didn't want to disappoint you, but he said they weren't high. He said they were just tired. He said they were just really tired and, like, delirious.
Wait, they weren't high for that video?
No.
You're lying. That's a
what
lie.
he said.
No, that's a lie. No, I'm going to live my truth.
Yeah, let's live our truth, because I like it better that they just, like, lay in bed stone, and that's why they don't leave.
Okay, so Amanda Batula, the way that I love this woman.
I know.
When
She looks incredible, by the way.
She was doing her TikTok dances. I was like, Amanda, I fucking love you. She was like, come on, like, you want to do my TikToks with me? Like, she's just a girl.
She is.
Like,
She
it's
really
just
is.
such like a girl thing.
But that's why the world is obsessed with her, because we're like, she is just like normal, down to earth, like one of us. Like, seriously.
It needs to like
doesn't try too hard.
No.
It's never gonna happen.
And then to just really solidify my love for her, so to have her drunk doing TikTok dances, I loved. And then the next day when she ordered all that food,
my God, the
in a
fucking
bowl,
cheesesteak.
and when Paige said that it was just all steak and cheese in various packaging,
What? So it was like a quesadilla, like an egg roll, like a like what?
like a burrito, like,
I know.
she just,
Everybody was like, "What is going on?"
I love that. And it's so funny that you brought up Emerald, because I don't even want to talk about him.
I don't want to talk about him either. I just felt like, you know, I had to.
It was a part of the episode, but like,
It's fine.
I can't.
Skirt. But what about Paige and Craig?
I thought there was a clip of them, I want to say it might have been in Southern Charm last episode, that they looked so happy.
I know.
And I feel like they looked happy at dinner too. Like, I was like, they really looked like in love, and then it started cracking a little bit.
I think it's that, like, Paige is, like, very honest. Like, she's always, like, saying where she's at, where she stands, and Craig is delusional. So I feel like for a while she was just kind of, like, waiting to see, like, maybe how he felt, like, as things in her career progress. But he's just, like, they're both not changing on what they want. And I think Paige is the only one that realizes, like, this isn't going to work out. Like, she literally cannot give him what he wants. But he's, like, pretending like he doesn't care. But she knows that she's, like, wasting his time. That's what I think.
I think there's just such a cultural difference, because he's from the South.
Yeah.
She's like this city rat. Like, he is just like in his like white linens, and she is like fierce black cat. Like, you know, it's just so different. And I think this was said in Southern Charm, but he was like, yeah, I know, like, you make your own money. Like, I think he just wants to take care of her and like do that Southern thing where it's like, I'm the man, I'm the dad, I'm the husband, I'm gonna make the money, and you can stay home and make lemonade and tend to the garden.
I don't think he realizes that her career is, like, she is her career. Like, she's her brand. And I think he just thinks that she's like, oh, like, does, like, Amazon Lives. And, like, pa-pa-da-pa-pa. But she is, like, a fucking star. And
Which
it's
is
not
different
slowing
from his
down.
brands.
No, but I don't think he realizes, like, how serious her career is. He's just, like, waiting for her to be done, like, making these videos. Influencing. He's just like, okay, like, whenever you're ready to be done. Like, she's never going to be done.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get it. And I feel like she's finally realizing, like, oh, like, he doesn't see what's going on here.
At this point in the show, let's say it's like July.
Yeah.
I think that they're still in a decent place, but I think it's starting to come to a head, because we know that they end up breaking up around Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
So I think now it's starting to come to a point where they're having this issue of she's not slowing down.
Yeah.
Like, she's going to be an independent queen.
I know. I don't know if you, like, sometimes I listen to Giggly Squad, and over the summer, like, when they were on tour, she did an episode saying that, like, she had a panic attack before one of their shows, and they almost canceled it. And, like, the person that she called, like, was her dad, like, to make her feel better. But I was like, ooh, like, not that you shouldn't call her dad, but, like, she didn't call Craig. And, like, what did she have a panic attack over? Do you know what I mean?
I can relate to her, because I will always call my mom first. Like,
yeah, I would call my mom first too. That's true. Yeah.
She is my emergency contact on most of my, like, forums. Like, you know, like, that is when I was in the hospital with my traumatic ass births.
Yikes.
My mom is like who I wanted. Like I
Yeah.
didn't even want John there. Like I
Yeah.
just knew I felt safe with my mom there. So like
That's
I
true.
do get that.
Yeah.
I mean, John's a close second, I guess, if she
Yeah.
didn't answer. But I mean,
You'd have
always
to.
gonna answer.
Yeah, she's gonna answer.
But yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
very telling.
Just telling.
Because
Yeah.
it's also not her mom. It's like her dad is like
I
her
know.
safe person. So like, is Craig ever gonna match up to like who her dad is? Like, I don't know her dad, obviously.
Well,
So like,
obviously not.
right.
Yeah.
And I
And
feel like if she wanted to make it work, it would work. Like,
That's
I
like
don't
what
think,
he said.
I don't think it's a case of right person, wrong time. Like, I just don't think he's the right person for
No,
her.
it's wrong person. And like they gave it their best shot.
Yeah. And
But-
I think that they probably learned a lot from it. I don't think it's like a waste of a relationship.
No.
But I think that they're just not meant to be. So
For sure. Okay, Southern Charm. This week, Madison shares that Brett is cancer-free.
woo.
They're so excited to start trying to have kids, and she said she's not going to stop until she has a girl. Craig and Austin separately discuss their breakthrough that they had in last week's episode, and Craig opens up about his addiction issues, and that Paige is really the reason why he got sober, and he almost lost her over it. Shep admits he finally, at 45 years old, has experienced heartbreak for the first time.
So rude.
So crazy. JT is accused of making a racist comment and then spends the rest of the episode spiraling out doing damage control. And then next week is the finale, and I'm so ready to see Craig's like reaction to the breakup, because I think they go back and film when they break up, and that's like the finale. I know.
Wow.
I know. Madison and Brett. This is my face watching them on TV. I can't get enough.
Love them.
When she was talking to her mom, like, and he was like outside, like having a water gun fight, like with Hudson, like all I kept thinking was like, I'm so happy for her that she like got everything. Now we know she's pregnant with a girl. Like seriously, I could cry. Like I'm
She's
so
just
happy for her.
So beautiful and so funny and
I
just
know.
so strong. Like
She's
just
perfect.
like
You know.
Austin really blew a shot with her. But when she said that she was 50% like Paige, her mom was like, you really worked so hard in your body. She was like, I'm 50-50. Like,
Like love her for that.
I love her.
Love, 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 love. Also, Shep's dad's name is Rip. Well, I looked it up. His real name's William, so I guess Rip is like a nickname, but like, okay, sick nickname. I love
Rip.
it. It's so Shep. Like, his dad would be named Rep. And him, like, still talking about Sienna, I just feel like, ew, you're gross. Move on. Dude, wake up. Like,
It is time.
yeah,
we have
it's
to-
time.
We're
We're
done. To
done.
move on.
Yeah, we're done with this.
When he was like crying about her talking like on the phone to somebody, I was like, in my notes I wrote, he looks like Tom Hanks in Castaway, like all disheveled, like with his beard and like his hair all crazy, like he was just on a
Like, bad
Castaway
breath.
island, yeah, like hasn't left bed. I'm like,
I know.
homie,
I
like,
know. Like, dude, you are so old to be
is he
like,
45.
I looked it up, he's 45. Wow. I think Whitney is like in his 50s.
Well, Whitney is
Yeah, like just
like
go away.
comes out of his freaking coffin.
I know.
To film every
I know.
so often.
I know. I actually like felt bad for JT, and I don't like him at all.
Okay, let's save JT for last because that was the end of the episode.
Yeah, that was the end of the episode. Yeah.
I was thinking, do you think that Paige is at all like not I don't want to say turn off, but like on high alert with Craig? Like, do you think that his addiction has any bit to do with like her hesitancy to be with him? Because she really did seem very
Yeah.
supportive. But I can imagine that in the back of your head kind of being like,
You know there's another side.
yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe she's like questioning like if he can sustain his new image for how long, and also like he still drinks.
That's where I was really confused.
Yeah, he still
because
drinks.
he was fucked up in the Bahamas. Like
I know.
during his breakthrough with
Yeah,
Austin, like
was drunk.
he was so drunk.
And in the episode he was like he
Yes,
still drinks.
In the backyard. Yeah, you can't blame Austin either because
No.
all of a sudden it seems like Craig kind of just like turned a corner.
Yeah.
And Austin's like he didn't understand, like,
Yeah.
because he's also probably confused because if he probably doesn't think Craig is like an addict. He probably just thinks like they like to get drunk and
Yeah.
like he's still drinking casually. So like you would
I know.
maybe think like he wouldn't be drinking if he was trying to like be sober, or maybe he has
It's
more
like-
control over it.
It's very muddy.
Yes. So you can't blame
I know.
Austin for
That's
his
why I think he was
feelings.
so emotional, because he was like, I didn't know it was
Right.
like that, And he just thought it was like Paige, like being like a naggy girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like he
Which
felt bad.
the whole hangout with the three of them was like so weird. I was like, Paige, like, I love you, but can you go away?
I know. It was
Like,
so awkward.
she
Yeah.
was being so extra
She
too, and like
was.
just trying
Yeah.
to be like funny. Like, it's
I
just like
know.
not like the
Natural.
vibe
Yeah.
of like Charleston.
I felt
Which
the
is like
same
she
way.
shouldn't change who she is to like fit into Charleston, but it's like
Exactly.
just like not
Yeah.
like know your crowd.
It
Like
was weird. It was weird. And I feel like Austin walked in. He was like, "Oh,
you're here.
hey, Paige."
She's like, is this enough quality time? Like
I
that's
know. It's like, stop blowing up their spot.
stop
Like,
being like don't embarrass him.
well, also, like,
yeah.
it's hard for men to talk about their emotions.
Right.
And, like, they really went there. And now
Yeah.
you're, like, throwing it back in their faces. Oh, my God. I feel like Craig, like, actually wanted to kill her.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
yeah, it was tough to watch.
But I was thinking Craig's house is so sick. Like
Oh,
I
my
would not
God.
leave if I was him either. Like
His house is, yeah, she's like, I can't just come, like, hang out in your backyard. But, like,
like can't you?
I'll do it. Yeah. I'll come.
Okay, fun fact. Tell the Maddies about when we met Mr. Craig Conover.
On my bachelor party, we went to Charleston and we went to some like random ass bar that no one was at. And we were like upstairs eating. And we look over at the end of the bar and Craig was there, blacked
We
out.
didn't. You were not. Were you facing him or was your back to him? Because
No, I was facing
sober
him. Oh,
because
that's right,
I
you're
was pregnant.
That's right.
And the waitress was like trying to take our order, and I'm like full blown having like a panic attack, like sweating. I'm like, I need Brienne. Like Brie doesn't see. I'm like, oh my god, like nobody else sees him. Like Brie's the only one who's gonna know who it is. And I'm like she's
No.
like, I'll take the chicken fingers. Like,
I know. But we ended up like, he was blackout drunk. It was actually really sad. This was like after Naomi. And he was like getting ready to go do like an appearance, like at an event. And I was like, are you gonna make it? And he was with like some other friend that was like not super drunk, but we like took shots with him. We were like talking to the friend, and Craig and I took a picture together because I couldn't resist,
we'll
even
have
though
to post it.
yeah, I'll have to post it. And since I was about to get married, like I was tanning like in a fake tanning bed basically for 2 years to prepare for this moment. So I was so tan. And Craig was so tan because he lives in Charleston, and we took a selfie and I showed him and he's like, wow, our coloring looks so good together. Because we're so tan.
And I was sober as could be,
Yeah,
and I did
that's so
not
funny.
participate. I
Yeah.
was just like mortified, hiding under the table. Like,
Oh my God. But it was like, it was just like, it was almost weird. Like you
It was-
meet someone you see on TV and that, like he was in like not a good place.
yeah, it was like, oh, well,
Yeah.
don't meet your heroes. As
I
they say.
know. I felt bad for him. This was a long time ago, like 6 or 7 years ago.
Yes,
6 years ago. Yikes.
that was dark.
Oh my
All right, you didn't watch Game of Thrones, did you?
Nah.
Okay, well, maybe our listeners will understand this reference. JT reminds me, I just have to say it and we'll move on.
Okay.
Reminds me of this character from Game of Thrones called Littlefinger.
Oh
And he's
God,
just,
he
like,
is
this,
a
like-
little finger.
He's just like this weasel who's always lurking, and like he just like comes from the darkness, and he's like always in everybody's shit, and he's just like a little fucking turd that like nobody wants around, and it's
Oh
just
my
like
God.
so giving, like you just want to flick him away, like
He is a little finger. Yeah, I don't even want to like. No one likes JT. We don't like JT either. I feel bad everyone's trying to take him down.
but you did feel bad for him.
I did feel bad for him. Yeah.
When Leva was like, call the barber.
I know. I was like, what? Whenever Leva shows up, I'm like, what are you doing here?
My jaw did drop though when
Yeah.
Vanita told Leva that comment.
I know,
was like,
same.
Wow. So
I know.
JT's racist comment was apparently JT was getting his hair cut at the barber, and then another castmate went to the same barber, and the barber had told this guy Ryan that JT had said that some black girl
Yeah.
was from the show was like trying to like hit him up, and he had a girlfriend or something, and it was just
Yeah.
like so shocking.
It's so gross.
Right, like especially because like Vanita's like the only black castmate. Like
I
it's just
know.
like I'm sure that like weighs on her, and she does see the difference.
For
just
sure.
to be like minimized to like that black girl. Is
I know.
so gross. Like
And it's like, JT, that's also your only person on the show that has
That
your
gives a
back,
shit
and
about you.
that's how
Yeah.
you're going to talk about her?
So do you think he said it?
I don't think he said,
That black girl is.
I
But
don't
why
know.
do you even need to say black?
I
Why
know.
do you even need
Well,
to call her black?
the barber did say that he did say that. Like,
That he, but like, why do you need to say that?
yeah, I think that JT, like, is a creep. And, like, that's why everybody's, like, coming out for him because, like, they know, like, this other side to him. But I also felt like whatever he said, he included that word, but obviously he didn't. I don't think he said anything
I don't think he did
like
either.
mean or bad. He just shouldn't have said whatever the truth is that way. And I think like hearing it, somebody say it back to him out loud, he was like,
Very hard.
oof.
Yeah.
He's like, wow. Like he was mortified. And that's why he was like even extra
Like,
on top.
yeah.
Because he almost like realized.
I do feel bad for him too because it's hard to see somebody getting like kicked when they're down. Like,
Yeah.
like if this was like a high school, like this would be considered bullying. Like
For
they're
sure.
really being mean to him.
They
Like,
are, but also it's
they're,
like,
making
why is he
fun
on
of
the
way he
show?
looks, and as I just called him, Littlefinger.
Littlefinger.
Like,
I know.
but yeah,
Yikes.
it's why is he on the show?
I
I feel
know.
like it's like the Vanita's like the only link. Like
I know. Vanita.
it was just very cringe, and her asking him to be her date was like very
But then she was like, oh, you're invited anyway.
okay. Let's jump to our not mad about it.
Okay, so so Not Mad About It, which is the title of our podcast, is basically something that we experienced this week or recently that we're not mad about, brought us like a little bit of joy. This is a positivity podcast, and we want to keep it that way, even though we complained and talked shit for the last hour and 10 minutes. But nevertheless, something that I am not mad about, which is going to be so shocking to anybody that knows me, but it's going to the gym. I go to the gym 2 days a week. I never thought I'd say it. I'm not mad about it. And it's not like, it's not the working out that does it for me. It's the 10 to 15 minute drive that I have in my car alone where I can blast the Wicked soundtrack and listen to No One Mourns the Wicked and sing it at the top of my lungs, including the opera part, because my son Callum is so sick of hearing this song that when I play it in the car, he just says, no, 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 and I cannot listen to it. So I get 10, 20 minutes, 2 days a week where I can just be Galinda and relish.
I love that for you. You get in your car and you put your crown right
Yeah,
on. And you're like,
Galinda.
Galinda. Miss Galinda.
What's your not mad about it?
Okay, my not mad about it is neither of the things that we discussed earlier.
That's okay.
I hate to say this, but I'm not mad that Traders is over.
You're not?
I'm not. I am so glad that I have something off my content plate.
Yeah.
And towards the end there,
Yeah, they
I
drag it out a
really
little
was
bit.
like, I was ready for it to end.
Yeah. I honestly, like, I totally agree with that. It definitely gets to the point where it's like, okay, we know who it is. Like, these people don't.
Yeah, I knew at that point, and we did recap it in our previous episode that we didn't air because of some technical difficulties.
no big
as
deal.
we stated. But I'm not mad about that,
Yeah.
and I'm excited for a new season, and I'm excited for all the new things that we talked about.
I
But
know, new content.
it was time.
I can't wait for it to be summer so that Love Island is back on TV.
Wait, and I'm also not mad that I was introduced to Dylan Efron because that man has such a place in my heart.
know. Such a
Like,
sweetie.
I love him.
I love him too.
I need him to date my sister, although I do know that he is dating somebody.
And he's got to be like in his 30s now.
That's fine.
We don't age discriminate here.
No. Sorry,
Oh my
Matt, my sister's boyfriend. I do really like you, but
Oopsies. But like,
but if Dylan Efron came knocking on the door,
you would
say-
understand. Yeah.
I'd say it was nice knowing you.
You'd say, here's Nina.
Yeah.
Wrong door. The other sister. Literally.
Right. Well, anything else you'd like to say, or
I'm just so excited we're finally doing this.
I'm so nervous, and I hope and I pray
Yeah.
that everything just is as what we
I know.
thought it was. I
Yeah.
forgot that we were even
I know.
putting this out to the world.
Just hanging out. Now we don't have to voice note each other 1,200 times a day. I love how our friendship, like our chatting, texting started like only Snapchat, like only Instagram stories. Then we evolved, like when you used to text me, you'd be like, oh fuck, like why is she
I know.
texting me?
And then we were just across all platforms.
And now we've upgraded to voice notes, and now we've even upgraded to a podcast.
Now we've done the ultimate
I know.
upgrade.
It's been such a natural progression.
It has.
I'm proud of us for like not being freaks that are like we're best friends. Like why shouldn't we be sending voice notes? Why do we have to just be messaging on Snapchat and Instagram and
Right.
Facebook, like everything
What
at the
if
same
we
time?
just started a podcast called
like-
Not Mad About It?
Like I'm
What if
not
we
mad
just
about
called
that.
Taylor?
I'm not mad about that. Okay, should I take us home?
Take us home.
All right. If you liked what you heard, we wouldn't be mad if you like, rate, and subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We will see you guys on Mondays. Love you, Maddies.
Bye, baby gorgeous.